Hello and welcome to another drawing video. This time I'm going to draw a Formula One car again, and it will be you might be able to guess from the colours I've got here, possibly, a car from the 80s. It'll be Nigel Mansell's Williams FW11 from 1986. Now, as I always say, I am not an artist, and I'm not just being modest, and that's not false modesty either. I really am not all that good, but I like to give these things a go. Okay, let's get started. Okay. I always find the wheels the tricky bit. No way I'll be able to get them anywhere looking perfectly round. The problem is, of course, trying to get all the scale perfectly correct. That's always particularly difficult. Getting everything lined up with everything else. Okay, trying to look at this picture, trying to implant a mental image so that when I look back down at the picture that I'm doing, I don't immediately forget what I was looking at. Not easy. These wheels do really look bad. Hopefully they just look bad at first. Hopefully they won't. Once I've tidied them up a little bit, hopefully they won't look quite as terrible. Oh. I'm having to do this very faintly, of course. Okay. Okay. Ride height is so low on these cars, there's barely any gap at all between the tyres, or between the bottom of the car and the track. Okay. So, because I'm not an artist, I'm having to sort of try and give the impression of certain features on the car. Try and make it, like I've said before, like a caricature of the real thing. This car won the Constructors' Championship in 1986 with Nigel Mansell and Nelson Piquet, but they finished just behind Alain Prost in the World Championship. A World Championship that is covered in some videos I did on my channel reviewing the 1986 season. Still my favourite season in Formula One. I was 15 at the time when I was watching that. Yeah, Prost ended up with, I think, 72 points. Mansell 70, Piquet 69. Very close. Very close final race. Mansell should have won it, but his tyre blew up in the last race. 16 laps from World Championship glory. Ayrton Senna was fourth in the championship in his Lotus with 55 points. I'm not going to attempt to do the Union flag accurately. The Union flag is actually very difficult to recreate accurately. Well, it's not difficult if you know the exact design, but I have to admit I don't know the exact design of the Union flag. I think that's the same with a lot of flags. A lot of flags people think they know how to draw. When they do it, it's not as accurate. Little mistakes. With the Union flag, it's very easy to get it upside down by mistake. That's happened at Olympic ceremonies before, when Britain has like won a gold medal, and sometimes the flag is raised upside down and things like that. It's not an easy flag to get right. I'm happy with the scale. I think I've got everything in relation to everything else correct. Just going to go over it a little bit more before I touch it up with any colour. This was the period when I was into Formula One the most. I think all sport loses its edge, loses its importance with you once you are older, and a lot older than the people taking part. When they're older than you, you respect them more, I think. You look up to them. But when you become older, you know, you think, sort of, look at these kids messing about. You know. There's a little bit of that involved. For instance, Lewis Hamilton is seen as the old statesman of Formula One. He's 14 years younger than me. And so it's just difficult for me to think of him in the same way that I used to look at Nigel Mansell, who is like something like 20 years older than me. When you're a kid watching these sportsmen, you're always going to look up to them in a different way than if you're older than them. What I want to do with the colour is not make it so not make it so obvious. Do a little bit of sort of streaking. The only problem is how much of these words do I put on there? I've put a few on there, but the big sponsors, it's going to be a bit difficult to do that in a casual way. Let me have a look. Okay, let's try this. Might look a bit messy. This is proving more difficult than I thought, doing the sponsors. I've just decided to bite the bullet and go through with that one and this one. But this one in here is white on a blue background. So to colour it in, I've sort of got to colour in between the letters, which is impossible to do accurately. So I'm just inferring the presence of a word. Okay, so that bit goes sort of straight across like that. Okay, so it's coloured in yellow as well. I think this goes a little bit further, closer to the wheel. So let's do it to about there. Oh, it's supposed to curve, isn't it? Let's put a bit of a curve on it. big. Number 5. A very big, badly drawn number 5 goes in here. Then we have and they're like that. Then we have another one of these things where I've got to do the background a certain colour, but I've got to have something inside it that's white. It's not going to be easy. I suppose I can just do so do this, I guess. Actually, this might not be too difficult. Not too bad. I've got to do a little bit of actually I coloured, there's supposed to be a little white circle there, but doesn't matter. I've got to colour in the helmet a little bit, make it look a little bit like the Union flag. I'm not going for accuracy, remember. Just the inference of the Union flag, which I happen to think is one of the most attractive flags in the world. But I will say that our national anthem, the British national anthem, I think is one of the worst. It's so flat and uninspiring. But the Union flag is such a nice flag that you see it hanging up in other countries, in sort of bedrooms in other countries, and that it'll be hanging up on the wall or something, like a piece of art, because it's such a nice looking flag. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done. Hopefully that doesn't look too bad on the side there, the white, the inference of white lettering on the blue background. But I think I have finished it, and I'm quite pleased with it actually. It's not too bad. Of course you can see much better drawings than this online. Go onto YouTube and see wonderful pictures done in just a few minutes. But the accuracy of the picture is not what this is about, of course. Okay, I think that's it. I'm now going to write on it. There we go. Okay, now before I go, I just noticed that the front wheel is bigger than the rear wheel, which I hadn't noticed. I have just reduced just now the front wheel, but I'm now just going to increase in size a little bit the rear wheel. Often I don't see these things until after I've finished the video. And you look at the picture at a better angle and you're suddenly horrified by something. I think that might be a bit better. Okay. Because I've gone over the edge so much on the rear one, I now need to do the same thing on this one. But not making it bigger. No, I think I've yep, I think I've salvaged that. Okay, there we go, all done. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to. It would make me a very happy man. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.